I'm Samarendra Mohanty, co-founder, president, and chief scientific officer of Nanoscope Therapeutics.
I'm Ramesh Ajunji, EVP, Value and Access, Nanoscope Therapeutics.
The keynote was primarily towards the state of the cell and gene therapy for the industry, and we touched upon various aspects from clinical, regulatory to investment in the cell gene therapy space where we stand today. And all the panels have been very promising, showing the aspect of cell and gene therapy.
The keynote discussion was very interesting. I think the main takeaway will be that there is hope for the cell and gene therapy because we address diseases with very high unmet need and where the biological mechanism of action is very clear. Therefore, I think while we have bumps recently, I think the long term, if you look at it, there is tremendous hope for the industry as well as that we can bring value to these patients who are waiting for it.
I think this is a very unique conference where, the key stakeholders, whether it's a drug developer, the manufacturer, and the clinical patient advocacy groups and regulatory as well as investment community has come together to discuss, the key areas that we need to address to increase the efficiency so that the industry can not only survive but excel and bring the value to the patients which having very high unmet needs. So the North Star of patients being the North Star is being seen by across the key stakeholders.
I will echo that. I think the key highlight, as I mentioned before, is that we are actually, the science is really advancing fast and manufacturing, regulatory, everything is also moving at a fast pace. So I think there is tremendous hope that going forward, we will be able to generate value for these patients. And the patients are waiting. And definitely, I think we can rise to the occasion to make sure that they get the therapies that they deserve. And I basically focus more on the access side. And we are all waiting to make access happen for these patients as soon as we get the regulatory approval.
As we are seeing both in clinical innovation as well as in manufacturing, AI is playing a role to help making decision making much easier. For us, we are developing a mutation agnostic gene therapy, which is a trend which can address democratize gene therapy and address a lot of population in various indications. So I think that can be a big trend which can have a cost effective treatment for these patients.
For me, the key thing is what I'm looking forward to 2026 is that until now, the gene therapies have been more towards, cell and gene therapies have been more towards ultra rare disorders or rare disorders. And I think for the first time, we might be able to go more into a prevalent population. Especially we are from our company, MCO10, has the potential to address at least, patients in the 10,000 level rather than a few hundreds of thousands of patients. So that is the key thing. That is the promise of gene therapy to greater number of patients who can benefit from it. I'm hoping that will happen in 2026.